As you decide 2012, Congressman Reid Ribble gets another term in the House. He beat Democrat Jamie Wall by 12 percentage points to hold on to his seat. And Reid Ribble is here this morning in our studio with more on yesterday's elections. Congratulations on your victory.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be here.
Thank you for being here. Let's talk a little bit about your reaction watching the results last night. Kind of good news, bad news for you.
I mean, as a Republican, you'd like to see your side do better throughout the entire spectrum. But here in Wisconsin, the control was returned to the state Senate, and the state assembly I think they picked up one seat, and so the same people that sent Tammy Baldwin to the United States Senate voted for Republicans in the state Senate and state assembly.
What do you think yesterday's results say about our state, about Wisconsin?
Well, it is clearly the difference between urban and rural. And I mean, you can see it on the maps. If you look at it county by county, urban areas went for the Democrats and rural areas went for the Republicans. And it's pretty common. It's almost a national issue.
Now, you said you're heading back to Washington already on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of work to be done. What is first on your agenda? What would you like to see done?
Well, I mean, there are things that have to happen during the lame duck because we've got all the tax extensions that have to be dealt with and the sequester. But for me, it still hinges around jobs and the economy. We have to begin to remove the friction points in our economy. I thought Mitt Romney did a good job in articulating what those friction points were regarding trade, taxes, regulation, and infrastructure. And I think we go back and we have a broader conversation about those points.
I think I heard you say last night about trying to get both sides to work together.
Yeah.
How does that happen? How do you get that done?
Well, ultimately it happens individually. I mean, with members of Congress, I've spent a lot of time in my first term getting to meet members across the aisle, some of the pragmatic leaders on the Democratic Party that were willing to do it. I mean, you can find those people if you go seek them out. There's not enough of us doing that. But I think the American people voted for the status quo, so it's going to happen if we're going to get things done.
It's been tough for folks in Wisconsin dealing with this campaign, the political ads. They were relentless. People were frustrated by that. How do you feel that your campaign was run? Are you feeling today? Are you feeling good about it?
Yeah, I feel good about my campaign, but I especially feel good. Dina and I, that's my wife, she and I decided that we were going to stay positive throughout this campaign. I think if any reasonable person compares my television commercials against any that were running on TV, they stand out for the fact that I talked about what I had done. I talked about what my ideas were for the future, and the citizens here rewarded me for that by helping me win with a larger margin than it did 2 years ago.
I'd like to ask you about getting some of the work done that you mentioned. What will Wisconsin's first step be in regards to the health care law? Well,
you know, I think we recognize that the health care law is going to be cemented. I mean, the president is not going to let it go away, and so now we have to begin to reform it. We've seen health care costs rise. He had promised that insurance premiums would go down, but they went up by almost the same amount of margin that he said they would go down. So there are reforms that have to happen. The health care law reformed health insurance, but didn't reform health care. We have to get at that.
And usually when you are here, we are talking jobs and economy. Is that still number one that you're hearing from your constituents?
Oh yeah, by far. It's not even close. With 23 million Americans underemployed or unemployed, it's still the number one issue in this country. We have to address jobs and the economy, and that means both sides are going to have to be able to move someplace closer to the middle to get things going.
All right, thank you again for stopping by. I know it was a late night for you and everyone else on this campaign trail, and the election's over now. So thank you so much for stopping by, and congratulations on your victory.
Thanks, Rich.
You're watching Good Day Wisconsin. We'll be right back.